to make them a little bit bigger.
Yes, I'm also losing my hair because of you.
It takes a wide variety of skills to make a movie. Brad not only writes, directs, and acts in his films, he also spends many hours creating special effects.
We got the lead monster from the movie, the one kind of creates the most havoc. And it's starting to peel a little bit here. And this is actually made over an actual bear skull. And that was provided to me by Valley Taxidermy just out by our place. And he provides me a whole lot of things, skulls, and actually full skeletons in some cases. And it's made with gelatin, and it's been painted over with acrylic and liquid plastic and spray painted some after that near the back.
These creations are props that Brad and Rod are using in their latest film. It's an epic film, a science fiction thriller called Terror from Beyond. It's the story of two alien creatures. What else? That crash land on another planet and make life generally miserable for everybody. They've already spent 2 years on the film, but they feel that Terror from Beyond will be their greatest work yet, and are willing to take the time to make the film realistic. This robot is another of Brad's inventions. It's made out of materials that he was able to scrounge.
Just a couple of models. One of an eyeball, and obviously, and a couple bits and pieces from models from everything from Battlestar Galactica to Star Wars to airplane models.
Now, everyone knows how tough the movie business is. Brad and Rod have already sunk $500 into their latest project. They hold part-time jobs, they cash in pop bottles, and use their allowances. But like other movie producers, they sometimes run into creative differences with their financial backers. In this case, their parents.
Well, they don't exactly like the type of movies, but I think they kind of figure, well, there's no stopping them anyway, so you might as well let them go ahead. Ready?
Yeah.
Movie directors face many setbacks during the filming of a production. The experienced director, as an example, knows when to be sympathetic to an actor who may feel that his role hides his talent.
You okay in there?
Da-da, da-da. Da-da.
Watch the head. Sorry.
And then there are those tense moments on a set when you have to have patience with your leading man.
Hey, no, he's got to get low because, you see, I'm getting a joist in the roof. And
Can you sit down? You're sitting on the script. Okay. This is the way it usually goes.
That's cool. Like, if that's not good, you can see your head, of course.
Take off, eh?
All of this time-consuming behind-the-scenes work leads up to a single moment captured by the camera.
Ready? Action. Ah, call. I was just looking over your service records. Weaponry expert, pilot, and a war veteran, among others. Quite an impressive record. You did, however, spend a semester in the Takem Reformatory.
Brad's talents aren't confined to directing, writing, and acting alone. He's also composed a musical score for his film. Boy, you've got to love the movie business to work this hard.
He wanted you, and you're just responding.
Tell me when to start it.
Yeah. Okay, try it one more time, Rod.
There's 3 different ways to say it.
Try it one more time.
Oh, okay. Sir?
Good. Okay, back up. Okay, this is it.
Well, Terror from Beyond isn't likely to be coming soon to your local cinema. You see, Brad and Rod have a few more finishing touches to complete before their masterpiece premieres. But they did allow us a sneak preview of the film.
Activation is activation emergency.
Well, even if you miss this one, you may see some films in the future featuring the talents of Brad Proctor and his friend Rod Etienne of Renfrew. Making movies is certainly their goal in life.
It's probably a lot different than where I'm going to be, but I'd like to be out in California. By that time, it probably sank into the ocean anyway. But I'd like to be out there and maybe working on a film, a professional film on special makeup effects.
Until that time, you'll find Brad and Rod and the rest of their friends in the basement of 390 4th Street in Renfrew, making movies and having fun, too.
Redwood, Redwood.
This time of year, when it gets coldest in the valley, a lot of people head south to Florida. Well, one man who's done just that in winters past is Bob Towie. He lives north of Arn Pryor in Castleford. Now, since he's retired, he's managed to bring back a piece of that Florida sunshine to help him get through the winters at home. How does he bring it back? Well, get ready for this. In Seashells. Now, a lot of people who vacation in Florida collect seashells, but at Bob Towie's home, they just don't sit in a bottom drawer somewhere and collect dust. Bob's imagination has turned hundreds of them into a gallery of creatures and things that you would never associate with seashells. They decorate just about every square inch of his house.
Can I take any of this down?
Yeah, that thing.
How delicate do I have
No,
to be?
not delicate at
Not at
all.
all.
No, rough. You can
Look how
handle them whatever
beautiful
way.
that is. I can't
Just
believe
turn
this.
it upside down or whatever way you want.
As a biplane would go.
Bob was born in Castleford 74 years ago. For 35 of those years, he worked on construction projects, including Ottawa's Queensway. But in all these years, he never considered himself having much of an artistic bent. Even today, he's far too modest to think that what he does with his shells is anything special. But Bob Towie may just have one of the more unique collections of Florida seashells outside of Florida. He has just about every kind of shell that you could find in that southern state, and he can identify them all by name.
Why did you start collecting shells?
Well, when you go to Florida, there's not much to do. You see it all in a short time here, right? So I just started going up around the beach and picking one down, one again, and I got into it. I got up every morning when the two tides went out in the daytime. I got up sometime with a flashlight to get the good shells. If you don't, you get all that old junky stuff that you can't make much with. But it takes a while. You pick a lot of that junky stuff before you learn that, to get something good.
Bob needs both the left and the right side of each shell, so you can see how time-consuming just looking for them can be. You also need patience to put these creations together, shell by shell.
That piano player, I had quite a time getting them finished. With ideas to make this, I took them apart a few times before I got the way I wanted it.
In the cold months of our valley winters, these shells blow the memory of that warm Gulf Stream air right by Bob's work table. And maybe that makes it easier to spend all those hours carefully gluing each shell into place. Bob has spent as much as 5 hours on just one of his creations, and so far, $90 on glue alone. Now, for a retired man and his wife, $90 is nothing to sneeze at. But in spite of the cost, Bob would never consider selling any of his handiwork. He won't even give it away to members of his family.
Do you look at yourself as an artist, Bob?
Oh, no, I just look at myself an ordinary jigger.
Some of Bob's creations are little landscapes inspired by everyday life, like going fishing with the boys, or improving your golf game, Or maybe just taking a walk in the park.
Well, we used to go to the parks down there a lot, and then I thought, well, I'm going to make a park and put a few in each thing. And I had the shells, so I just started making, and then you put a couple of more here and a couple of more there, and the first thing you know, you
Filled it with rabbits.
Rabbits and everything that would make something.
But you've animated them, and you've given them little houses. One cute little house there in the park.
Yeah, that's the outhouse, is it?
The little outhouse.
Well, you got to have one in the park, eh?
Now, with Bob's passion for seashells, he's even gone into decorating with them. You never can tell what Bob's imagination will come up with, as his daughter found out when she gave him a little ceramic pig for his birthday.
And when she brought it home, I thought it didn't look right, so I put all this stuff on it. There was one eye thing broke off there. But I thought it didn't look right. But I didn't know this was pottery.
Uh-huh.
So when she seen it, my God, she said, what did you do to my pottery? She thought it was awful. And then she bought me this one then. So I gave it a little decoration. Eh?
Well, look at that.
I thought it didn't look right.
And a little curly.
That's right. That was another birthday present.
Well, they're certainly different-looking little piggies.
That's right.
Bob still has drawers full of shells to keep his imagination at work for some time. But if he ever does run out, he'll just have to get back down to Florida. And he wouldn't really consider using some of the shells that he's found along the Ottawa River. You see, compared to Florida seashells, they're just drab, colorless things that the muskrats throw up onto the ice in the wintertime.
And speaking of the winter, we've had some pretty cold days so far. But I wonder how it compares with the winter of 70, 71. We're going to find out on next week's program. I'm Wayne Rostad for Country Report. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.